Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Lego Lee 329 here, and today we have a new Lego set review. A Lego set review that I'm even shocked I'm making. This Lego set here is the Stranger Things, the Upside Down set. This set retails for $200 US, and I'm stunned that this license is actually even coming out. I didn't think Lego would make sets based off of this TV show. First off, it's a Netflix property, and second off, while it is only TV-14, Stranger Things is definitely horror-oriented. It features lots of kids cursing and going through a lot of peril, so I was surprised Lego would make such a creepy and somewhat violent IP. Now this set here costs $200, it's a Lego retail store exclusive, and the box is also upside down, fitting to the name of the set. This is a very large box. You can see some details on the back of the box as well. So, without further ado, let's crack this thing open and see what all 2,287 pieces have to offer. Here it is, the Stranger Things upside down build, measuring at about 17.5 inches wide and 13 inches tall. This is a pretty large build that can't quite fit inside my studio, and I think you guys all noticed, of course, the whole upside down play feature of this set that I'll talk about later in this review. Now, there aren't too many extraneous little side builds to this set. You do, however, get this minifig stand that you can put up to 4 minifigures on. Now, assuming that this is for the main boys of the show, this is a nice sticker. However, this really feels tacked on, and it also feels incomplete because you can only put 4 minifigures on this thing instead of the 8 minifigures included with this set, so this is kind of useless. Beyond that small minifig display stand, pretty much the rest of the pieces in this set are dedicated to building the buyer's household. You do get a small bicycle piece off to the side right here, which any of the 4 boys can use, but specifically it's supposed to be Will Byers' bike, and you also get Chief Jim Hopper's police car. Starting off with that particular build, this is supposed to be a 1980 Chevy Blazer modified for the Hawkins Police Department, and I think Lego did a wonderful job with this build, especially the colors. They look spot on. As we move in closer, little subtle design techniques like how this part is slightly raised above the rest looks fantastic. The square boxy shape really works for this particular vehicle, and I love the way they attach on these side windows right here. It's a simple but very effective building technique. The back of the truck here does have a stickered license plate, and you can take off the roof right here by lifting it off the back to reveal the interior. Now the trunk area here has a pumpkin, which is a reference to the show, and of course there's a cockpit area where you can put Chief Jim Hopper. So let's take a close look at that minifigure. So here is Chief Jim Hopper, my personal favorite character from the show, portrayed wonderfully by David Harbour. This is almost a wonderful minifigure. His legs are good enough, his torso print is really good. I like the face printing. The accessory of the coffee mug makes perfect sense. His hat though, that hat just is not doing it for me. It's way too big and it's missing his hair. I wish they had given him a hair hat combo piece like they do with Dustin that you'll see later on this review. Besides that, great back printing, no double-sided face. It's a really good minifigure, but it's not quite great. Finally wrapping up this police chief vehicle right here, it's kind of hard to get Hopper inside there because of his abnormally large hat. However, there is a peg hole on the bottom here, and you can attach that hole onto this piece of the build so it stays in place, which is a pretty cool little feature. Now moving on to the house itself, I'm going to get the most boring thing of this set out of the way here real quick, and that is the trees. Now the trees, they look pretty good. They're very nice designs and they look really cool. So, well-designed trees. However, you have to build the exact same tree multiple times and it gets really tedious in the building process. But there are some cool techniques, like these parts right here are actually attached on by a black sausage link piece, so that is really nice. And one final note about the tree off to the right side of the house, there is a nice little sticker with a missing Barbara Allen poster, which is a cute little Easter egg to the TV show and a fan favorite character. Now the house itself has a pretty decent sized front yard with some good terrain details, but I know you guys are itching to see those figures, so let's look at them here real quick. Here's Joyce Byers, played great by Winona Ryder in the TV show. I love the printing for Will's drawing she has there. That's really nice. Her torso print, her legs, her face, and her hair, the Hermione Granger hair from the new Harry Potter sets, I think works really well for her. She also has great back printing and a nice double-sided face, so all around a really good looking Joyce figure. Mike here, I think, is one of the lesser of the kid minifigures in this set. His legs and his torso are great, but that hairpiece and that face just don't look like Finn Wolfhard to me. They're not really cutting it. His accessories make good sense. His double-sided face, I honestly think, is a worse expression for Mike than the first face we looked at. He has good back printing, but I'm just not quite seeing Mike in this minifig. Lucas is our next minifigure here, and I think this figure looks pretty good. I love his accessory of the slingshot, his torso print looks great, and I love the camouflage headband. However, that reused pirate piece doesn't quite work because the top of his head is so smooth and shiny, and it does not really capture Lucas's iconic afro-style haircut. It also means he does not get a double-sided face, but he does have good back printing. Next up here, I think, is by far the best human character in this set, and that is Dustin. I love this character in the show, and this figure, it looks perfect. That face print with the missing teeth, oh my gosh, that's adorable. I love it. His accessories are great, torso printing is great, but the best part here, obviously, is that hair hat combo. That looks perfect. It's so good. His double-sided face is great as well, and so is his back printing, but I just can't get over that hair hat combo. And look at it from the back. That detail is just incredible. And here, of course, is Elle, aka 11, one of the most iconic characters from Stranger Things, wearing her disguise outfit that Mike makes up for her. She is holding a waffle, which of course is a very appropriate accessory. I actually dressed up as 11, believe it or not, for Halloween a couple years ago, so this outfit does mean something to me, and I think LEGO did a pretty good job representing it here. The printing is good. I like her face. The hair, I'm not sure that was the right hair piece to use for her, and also those skirts they never look great. They always look a little too puffy and weird, so I'm not crazy about that skirt, but she does have some great back printing, and it's just great to have an 11 figure in this set. However, I really do wish that we got another hairpiece for her, like a smooth hairpiece, because this is just the wig look and we don't get her alternative look. But besides that, a good minifigure. With the figures out of the way, you can start to see some of the front porch details of this house. Some small little micro builds are used here to represent some of the furniture on the front porch, and they all look really good despite their very simple designs. I especially like this chair right here. And it's kind of hard to see, but back inside there you have a very nice printed piece made specifically for this set that is actually some of the newspaper that Joyce uses to cover up the walls where she hits a hole through it. So that is really cool. Moving along to this side of the porch, there's some cool more little designs for small little mini builds, and this swinging porch swing right here actually functions pretty well and looks pretty good and can seat one minifigure, so that is a nice little design. There's of course a front door to this house, and then we can take a quick look at the roof. Pretty boring design, not a whole lot going on, but it is fairly accurate, and it's actually pretty cool how they attach this on with some unique building techniques. The other side here has a video camera, which I can only think is probably a reference to Bob's character, played by Sean Astin from Season 2, and underneath that is Will Byers' bedroom, which is a very small, pretty crammed little space, but it packs a lot of punch and detail. Unfortunately, poor light makes it kind of hard to see the inside here, but there is a fun little poster on the wall here that I can take off to show you guys. This poster is a Jaws poster, but I guess LEGO doesn't have the license for that, so it simply just says Shark, which I found pretty funny. The rest of the room is pretty dark, but you do have a fun little bed build. I really like how it looks like the blanket or the comforter of the bed is kind of slightly off the bed. That's pretty accurate to a early teenage boy. You have some of Will's drawings on the back wall, and behind here there's a small desk with a boombox, a little lamp, and some more furniture to boot. So nice little design, although it is very crammed inside this small room. The living room definitely gives you a little bit more room to breathe as a minifigure. There's a cool representation of a bear trap on the floor, this missing Will Byers poster, which is really nice. And the one thing I love, it says his height is approximately 1.5 inches, which of course is about the height of a Lego minifigure. I found that Easter egg hilarious. The back couch has some great colors. You have that 1980s style telephone on the wall here, which is pretty cool, and some family portraits on the back wall stickered as well. But of course, one of the most iconic images from Stranger Things is the Christmas lights with all the letters on the back wall. I won't spoil what they do in the show if you haven't watched it, but it is very integral to the plot of Stranger Things. And Lego actually has given us a light brick to represent a play feature here. I've unplugged my light box and it's a bit harder to see, but the light brick is right here, and you can shine that on the back wall. There's also a printed piece, so it kind of gives it that look that you see there. It doesn't look perfect, and the letters it's lighting up are definitely not ones you see in the show, but I like the effort, and it's always nice to get a light brick even in a big $200 set. Turning the real lights back on, let's move on to the last room of this design, which is probably the most underwhelming room, but it is still pretty nice. You have a box back here that says Xmas lights, you have a Dungeons & Dragons rulebook right there, a nicely designed chair, and a small plant. So some good little details and a nice chair that a minifigure can sit in. Okay, this all looks pretty cool, and I know you guys enjoyed looking at that, but you didn't come here for that. You came here for the upside down play feature of this set, and this build is two-sided. It's actually kind of insane how they did this. Right underneath here is a mirror version of the build we just saw, made to look like the upside down section from the TV show. And all those details we just saw are also continued on to the front, the outside portion of this build too. But it's gonna be a bit hard to show you guys this because it's so down low. My camera is at an upward facing angle. However, Lego has given a solution to my filming problem. This is a pretty big set, and I don't have a lot of room, so I might drop something and ruin this entire video, but the main feature of this set here is you can grab this and flip the entire build upside down, which is insane! Now we can get a better look at the upside down version of the Byers house. And up here we have Will Byers himself being chased by the Demogorgon, so let's take a close look at those two figures. Of course, one of the figures you get with a set called the Upside Down is the boy who gets trapped in the Upside Down himself. This is Will Byers, and this figure looks spot on. That new hairpiece is perfect. It's absolutely perfect for this character. Also, his torso and legs and his face look spot on, and all of that detail continues to the back. I think Will is one of the best looking figures in this set. However, I think the best minifigure in this set, bar none, at least in terms of detail here, is the Demogorgon. Using those creepy as all heck gremlin legs, the Wolverine claws in dark tan, and a fantastic new head mold, this Demogorgon looks about as accurate as a Lego minifigure can get. And underneath that head, you have a face print, making it look like his face is closed up. I love that. All the detail continues onto the back as well. This Demogorgon minifigure it's perfect. There's no other way to put it. It's a perfect Lego figure. I will say though, while I love the figures in this set, you don't get Jonathan Byers, and this is literally his house, so it's a very noticeable omission to not include him. It would also be nice to get Nancy and Steve, who are integral to scenes that happen in this set. So it's very unfortunate we don't get those minifigures here, but besides that, a fabulous minifigure lineup. Moving the figures out of the way, I think Lego did a marvelous job with the colors for the Upside Down. It uses grays, blacks, dark browns, but most importantly, dark blue and sand blue. Also, a lot of elements in that trans black color. This looks so cool and so eerie and creepy. It's spot on. Even those trees I was ranting about earlier, they look really creepy and weird in the Upside Down. The roof has a lot more detail, lots of these strange vines and pieces growing all over it. Also, if you want this piece in dark blue, you get a plethora of them in this set, which is awesome for builders. The front porch details are pretty much all the same, but they're just mirrored and of course in different colors. Then you have small little things like this whip piece wrapping around one of the columns there, made to look like a vine. That works really well and just adds to the effect of this set. And then of course, flipping everything around to the back, it's mirrored like I said before. There are some things missing. There's no light brick here, but that wouldn't have been necessary. Also, things like the plant down here are now this weird dead vine. Everything has an absence of color. All the portraits and things seem to be ripped and tilted to the wrong way. It just looks so cool, and I love this idea of having the upside down be represented in the build here as well, and LEGO did a magnificent job designing it. Bringing it all together, this is just a brilliant build that I think LEGO personally nailed. This looks about as good as it gets. Okay, wrapping things up with the Stranger Things set here. If Zion Williamson is supposed to change the NBA game, this LEGO set is the Zion Williamson of LEGO sets. This set changes the game. There has never been a set like this before. It is ultimately a gimmick, but the gimmick of having the upside down feature is nothing short of incredible. It's such an impressive feat by the LEGO designers. It's something I wouldn't have even considered if I were tasked with designing this set. The fact that they pulled it off, and they pulled it off with flying colors, is beyond me, and I am ridiculously impressed. Now, all of that could be cool, but the set needs to be good as well, and it is. The design here is super detailed. It's very accurate to the TV show. Great minifigures all around. It's big. It's really awesome. It's just a great display piece. It has amazing figures, and if you're a fan of Stranger Things, like myself, you're personally going to love this set. That's why this set here is going to get a 9.5 out of 10 from me. My only complaints are some parts of the build are a bit tedious, and I wish there was a few more minifigures, but besides that, it's awesome. So thank you guys so much for watching this review. Please leave a comment down below and go hit my Instagram page, which will follow. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.